Hey the Ramblers and Rovers, I am Miguel and today we are rambling and roving our way through the magical town of Tlaquepaque here inside the city of Guadalajara. Tlaquepaque is one of Guadalajara's most colorful neighborhoods. It's a place that is very much worth it to come and see during your trip here to Guadalajara. You really can't miss it, and let me show you why. Let's go. Tlaquepaque, one of Guadalajara's most colorful neighborhoods. Not really a neighborhood though, technically it's its own little town which has been swallowed up by Guadalajara, by the city itself. So it's actually a pueblo mágico. If you guys don't know what a pueblo mágico is, it's a designation that the Mexican Tourism Authority gives to places of touristic importance. So tons of color are promised here, and I can already see like the downtown area coming up right up here, and it's colorful for sure. So coming to Tlaquepaque is kind of the perfect day trip here in Guadalajara. It's almost like its own little town. It actually, well, like we were saying, it really is. And you can really spend like a whole day just exploring this whole historic neighborhood, this historic little pueblo mágico. It's known for its stalls, for its very famous party place, the Parian, all its different beautiful churches, its statues and the art, its color, the vibrancy of the Mexican culture, good food, really good street food and desserts here, and also tons of mariachi come and play here. So if you really want to dive into Mexico as imagined by Epcot or like Disney, this is kind of it. There's so many souvenir stands and stalls here selling everything from handmade leather goods, very typical and traditional to the state of Jalisco here in Mexico, or your regular knickknacks to take your disgruntled family back home. Mexican candy, as we saw, we could get like grilled corn, very traditional grilled corn here. My, does it all just look so good. So we're crossing the central square here with the kiosk here in the back, and of course you can hear the screaming kids. Very typical of Mexico. Probably its most beautiful feature. Like just the joy of it, the inhabitants of all these beautiful places. And we're coming up on the temple of St. Peter, the Templo de San Pedro. And right across from it is the Santuario de Nuestra Señora de la Soledad, which we are going to see in a little bit. Kind of weird to have two churches like a kitty corner across from each other, but Mexico is a Catholic country. This is a very beautiful church, both of them are. I really think that one is very unique. That strange facade is something I haven't seen in Mexico before, but let's explore this one first. So this is the Temple of St. Peter, which you can tell kind of by the little vitrine of St. Peter here. So let's take a quick and very respectful peek inside. Very beautiful church, and it's always quite the cultural experience to see other people practicing their spirituality, whether that's here in Mexico as a devoutly and uniquely Catholic country, or anywhere else in the world. Obviously you have to be respectful about it and not intrude too much, but you know, get that air. So this temple is dedicated to Our Lady of Solitude, Nuestra Señora de la Soledad. Very beautiful church with crystal chandeliers and this very beautiful ornate altar at the end. You can just see that very beautiful Baroque influence that is very characteristic of Mexican churches. So Mexicans have always been uniquely devoted to the Virgin Mary. So of course you're going to have these grand temples to honor that tradition in this country. Whew, with our prayers now out of the way, let's go find that one thing that we always look for in our videos. Ice cream.
Que sigues Independencia, las siguientes cuadras.
Ok.
Y es 1, 2 cuadras y a mano izquierda.
¿Cómo se llama otra vez?
Chapalita.
Chapalita.
De garrafa, Chapalita.
Perfecto, muchas gracias, eh.
Sí.
So we just got our local recommendation and we're off to the races, the Chapalita. So that woman's recommendation is actually sending us through a very beautiful part of town, which I definitely do not regret. As you can see, tons of different leatherworks that you can buy here, different crafts. And on this side, you have this very beautiful craft market and walkway with these beautiful statues here. If I had a house, that would be the doorway. You know, some kind of deep ocean cosmic horror, like conjured up from the deeps. Okay, so contrast those statues, you know, the octopus place, with the ones that are right across, just here. Just like a religious art store. Very weird to have one in front of the other, but also, you know, Mexican is a place of contrasts. Alright, now we just gotta find that blasted ice cream place. I am really liking the feel of this town. It's just so funky and colorful and with like hints of like bohemianism, like here and there. It really feels like it's almost like a jewel box kind of town, like a jewel box touristy kind of town, which is fine. Then we have the center back there, and we're heading that way. Careful with the maguey plant. Just keep going. Don't get distracted by the tequila store. Don't get distracted by the tequila store. Don't get distracted by the tequila store. So this whole walkway is Calle Juarez, and just look at this. Doesn't it kind of look like it was like done on purpose? It's just such a great little pleasure to walk down these streets and just kind of like take a peek into every nook, see what you find. And usually it's Scorpio Mezcal, clothing store, Scorpio Mezcal, which is not a bad combination. Yes, there we go. Nieves de Garrafa, Chapalita. And the line is long, which means they must be pretty good. Alright, so I thought this was gonna be like some kind of like secret here, but I guess the secret is out. You know, cat's out of the bag, the ice cream cat that is. So they're even coming up here and asking for the money beforehand so that, you know, the line gets serviced a little quicker. It's kind of nice actually. The menu is so extensive. There you have so many different combinations, anything from marzipan to wine, avocado, brownie, So many different options. This is insane. I think ours is coming right here. Listo, perfecto, muchas gracias. So, this is what we got. The world's weirdest ice cream combination. So, the top part is pineapple and basil, and the bottom part is clericot. I always have to do everything on camera one-handed. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Or in very inadequate footwear. So I've just been exploring like the whole city on like my beach flip-flops that have, you know, been trash worthy for the past 2 months. Let's try this out. Okay, this is pineapple and basil. You know, you guys probably think that this is disgusting, but it is so goddamn good. The mintiness of the basil jives so well with the sweetness of the pineapple. This is so good. Yum! Just look at that. Perfect for a hot summer's day. As we keep working on this ice cream, we haven't even reached the clericot yet. We just discovered this really cool craft market with all these beautiful stalls. There's just so many colors here. Is this almost like the diagonal alley of Tlaquepaque with like all these like magical little figurines and creatures here? So beautiful. Let's see if we go a little bit deeper what we can find. So at the end of this craft market is this beautiful little restaurant. You know, if you are looking for like a nice quiet spot to chill after spending the afternoon just exploring this whole magical little town, this Pueblo Mágico, that seems like a good place. So the top of the pineapple is starting to melt into the clericot. So let's see. Surprisingly good. And blast, it does actually taste like wine. This was such a good choice. You really have to go get ice cream there. So now we've reached the jewel of Tlaquepaque, El Parian, a meeting place that was built in 1878 and which has a lot of Tlaquepaque's bars. You can already hear the mariachi music blasting from the interior. So let's go in and check it out. This promises to be one of the most colorful things to do here in Tlaquepaque. Let's go.
Y allá, a tu rancho, ¿cómo está la jugada?
Maybe a couple of different mariachi bands playing at any given time. The walls are covered in murals. There's so many tables here. This is the perfect place to have your authentic Mexican fiesta here in Guadalajara. Just look at the beautiful murals covering the walls. So there are 19 bars inside the Parian. They're all clustered around each other in this circle. With this gazebo here in the middle, all the Mexican flags here all around us, and of course the amazing sound of the mariachi band playing for the guests. This has to be the most Mexican place in all of Mexico, and I am not joking about this. Oh my god, what a unique and mind-blowing experience. I really want to see how this gets on a Saturday night. Right now it's a Tuesday afternoon, so of course it's not full, but you can very well imagine, you know, on the weekends how full this can get. And also during the Fiesta de San Pedro, which is Tlaquepaque's patronal fiesta here, I can only imagine the kind of chaos that goes on in here behind these walls.
Saludos, mamá, salí en la
Thank you so much for being a part of this brief tour of Tlaquepaque and sharing these beautiful moments and these colorful vistas and the amazing Mexican culture that you can find here. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, do all the usual YouTube stuff, say hi in the comments. I really like hearing from all of you guys wherever you are in the world. And remember, the Mariachi are calling, so you better come here and add this to your Mexico bucket list. So until our next adventures, adios travelers. Keep on rambling and roving.